Brad Blakeman is I'm not sure I completely believe that there's not something to this, maybe. Brad Blakeman is the former deputy assistant to President George W. Bush, was managing director of the inaugural in 1988 and in charge of President Bush number 43. And Brad Blakeman, good morning. What do you think? What you think? There's more. There's got to be something to this. Not just I want to step aside. It's time. It's interesting how this comes just before the midterms, right?
Well, it is interesting. It's always a surprise when a high-level official leaves, but when you take a step back, it all makes sense. When you serve at this level, you serve at the pleasure of the president, you serve at the direction of the president, but it's also an opportunity, not a career.
Yeah.
People come and people go. The average tenure is between 18 and 24 months, so she's in that sweet spot. And you always leave when you're on top.
Right.
When you're serving the president. And also, I think financially, she understands that she needs to go back and make some money for her family. She's been in public service for 8 years, and she made the right decision for herself and for the country.
Does the ambassadorship not pay well?
I was just going to say that.
Well, in New York, she was making about a little under $200,000 a year.
Wow.
But she has kids in college.
Yeah.
She's maintaining 2 households. And in New York,
it's expensive.
$200,000 sounds like a lot,
Mm-mm.
but every time you walk out your door, you're paying money for somebody.
Yeah. All right, she has done really a tremendous job, and I do believe will be a great loss. She was a great face for the United States.
She will be, but turnover is healthy.
Yeah,
especially in the executive branch, makes perfect sense, and President Trump will find somebody to continue the great job that Haley has done, but Haley's only done a great job because the president has got great policies.
Yeah.
And she was a great advocate in a body that tends not to be very helpful to the United States.
Yeah. And I think that is, however, I do think she served as an interesting buffer between the world and the president, or between the president and the world. And we can't deny some of the things that the president has said that have ruffled feathers. In some of those cases, we've come out on top. But I think she was the perfect conduit. So who do you think is next? Is there a short list out there that we're hearing about?
I think there is a short list, but this president has been very good at keeping things close to the vest.
Yeah,
a la the announcement of Haley's departure. I think a wide net is being cast, and the president will try and find somebody who will complement him in a very tough job. I see a good cop, bad cop relationship continuing. I think we'll need somebody in there to kind of smooth the way when the president puts the hammer down, which is needed. But I think the president is going to have somebody in short order. He claims that he'll have an announcement within the next 2 weeks. That's prior to the midterms. And, of course, the hearings could start shortly thereafter because he needs to be Senate confirmed.
Okay, the obvious question. Are we in for another Senate confirmation like we just went through?
Not like we just went through, but nothing's going to be easy.
Yeah.
Especially, if these Senate hearings happen in the lame duck between the next Congress being seated in January, you can expect a show because this is what the Democrats do. It's part of their resistance. So I don't think it's going to be easy for anybody.
Brad Blakeman, we appreciate the time. Thanks so much. We'll do it again. Thank you.
My pleasure.